Hi, welcome back to my channel. This is Patricia Stuart of Patricia Stuart Originals. Today I'm going to do a couple of tags, and I know you guys are familiar with tags, and these are tags that I made from brochure paper that I bought from an office supply store like Staples. And it's matte, and it's not too thin or too thick, and I find that it works well with the tags that I do. Years ago, when tags came out, the craft stores were selling them, and I bought a few back then, but then I started just tracing them and making them myself. This way I can have as many as I'd like. I also made a few stencils for the tags, and I'll try these out and see how they work. Tags are fun. You can do them as journaling and different things like that. And when you finish, you can put a jump ring through them and collect them on the metal jump ring. So gel plate and tags work pretty well together. So I'm going to start with, I'm going to do one at a time. I'm using this 8x10 gel plate, and although I can get 3 tags on here, but because I'm using some combo colors, I'm just going to do one at a time. So I'm going to start with some yellow cadmium yellow. And I'm going to kind of mix that with some turquoise, with a little turquoise. I may have a little bit too much yellow, but I'll mix that with a little turquoise. Okay, and I don't want to mix the color too much together. Yeah, I had a little bit too much. I just want to see both the colors. So I'm going to take a first pull. With just those colors. I'm going to kind of wipe off what's around it, make it easier for me to, when it's time for me to add another color, I don't want to keep picking up that color. Okay, so we have a nice turquoise and cadmium yellow. Okay. Now what I want to do is place a stencil on top. And then I'm going to first make sure that it's hugging the plate with no air underneath, bubbles to where the paint leaks out from underneath. And I'm going to put a little primary magenta, kind of spread it thinly. was looking for my other brayer. Trying to get the paint evenly. I want to make sure it's enough to come off onto the print. Okay. Again, I'm going to have to wipe the sides. There we have it. Place this on top. Hopefully it'll make a nice imprint. The thing I like about tags is that you can also take pens. There we have the imprint. You can also take pens, paint pens, I mean, like Posca pens, and do other doodling and different things on top to bring out your designs. And so I like that about these tags, because they're small, they're simple, and quick to do. Okay. The next one, I'm going to pull some Indian, this is Indian yellow hue, and I'm going to mix that with some yellow ochre. And even though they are almost in the same family of color, but not quite the same. So I'm going to just pull that. The nice thing about these tags is also you can design both sides. Let one side dry, and then you can design both sides. Okay, there we have those two colors. It's a little more red in the Indian yellow than the ochre. And now I'm going to use another tag, stencil. And I'm going to use some quinacridone nickel. See how that printed out. I had not tried these tags. I made them earlier. And so I'm curious as to how it'll come out. When I make tags, I just sit and do them whichever way I decide to cut the paper. I don't really think a lot about it. I just make the first mark and then I go from there. Now the quinacridone is pretty transparent. There's our design. So it works well like on these lighter colors that I have. Tags are simple to do, easy. You can use any stencils that you have. And here is the design on this one. And now the third one I'll do is iridescent copper, which is this, one of my favorite colors. And I'm going to do that with some bronze. Iridescent bronze, side by side. Okay. This is such a nice color. Okay, so I'll take a pull and get these two colors. I'm using a baby wipe. I use a lot of those. It's good to have those close by when you're pulling your prints. Okay, so that's a nice, those two together. And I'm going to use my third stencil here. And I'm going to use some Payne's Gray. Let's see how that goes. Make sure this is hugging the plate. And you don't want too much paint. You don't want it where you cannot get the imprint of the stencil. When it's too much, it won't give you an imprint clear enough. And it takes practice, a little practice with the gel plate as far as seeing for yourself how much paint is enough. And you quickly get the hang of it and learn how much paint to use. Okay. So making tags, you can be as creative as you want to be with these. And here is how that came out. Now, there might be something more that I may want to do. And for example, I may want to embellish on these tags a little bit more. And so I will use, let's see, I have pasta pens, and they work pretty well. I also use the Sharpie water-based paint markers in black and white. They also come in fine point or medium point. But I enjoy using the Posca paint pens. I'm trying to see which ones will bring out the color. So if I wanted to add a little accent to this one, I would take out my teal Posca pen, and I might just go inside of this. That looks like a teardrop. Go inside and make it stand out in some way. You can do anything. Whatever you feel will make it, give it a little bit more oomph to it, as they say, or something in your tag print that you want to stand out a little bit more. You can do that. And then it's just adding a little accent. There are different things you can do. You can come in with some white and make dots in between. Randomly. It's up to you how creative you want to be with your tag. And then you have something like that that adds to the tag. So that's just one idea. And then on this one, I may want to use, this is like a peach color Posca pen, and I may want to outline on one side, maybe not on all of them, but just as an accent. And it gives like a nice halo effect. On some of the black markings. It's very light, but it gives that effect. I can also go in with my black Sharpie and I can then do some squiggly marks in between some of the other ones that I have. It's sky's the limit on what you can do to decorate your tags or to bring them out a little bit more. And it's something that you can just keep working at. What I like about the tags also is what I may not see today, I might see something different tomorrow. When I come back and look at my tags, I might see something else and be interested in embellishing differently. Okay, so I have this yellow Posca pen here, and let's see how I can embellish making some of these lines from the stencil stand out. And what I like about it is you can truly be organic with it. As you add things to it. And of course these tags can be developed more, but this is just an idea of what you can do with the tags. And so that might be something that you may want to try your hand at, is doing these tags. Just another way of using your gel plate, your creativity. Doesn't always have to be sheets of paper, but it can be used with different things. Thanks for stopping by, and keep having fun with the gel plate.